That's not what I was looking for. Hey, Instagram. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Periscope. How is everybody doing? I hope you're all doing well. Hold on one second, Facebook. Let me turn up this brightness for my sake. Oh, that's a little too bright. Come on, man. Sorry, y'all. All right. Okay. Hello, City of Gods, Philly. Hello, Akron Confetti Company. How are you? I haven't heard from you in a while, City of Gods. Happy Thursday, everybody. How are you doing? Thank you for tuning in. You are all appreciated. Welcome to my live Thursday broadcast. Hello, Alfonso Bonzo. I'm about to introduce myself in about 60 seconds. I'm just letting a couple more people come in. I hope you guys are having amazing weeks. We are almost at Friday. I hope that your week has been productive and it has been lovely. Mine has. I can't complain. Today, okay. I think we are settling in a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to start on my introduction so we can get right to the purpose of why we are here. Happy Thursday, everyone. If this is your first time ever seeing my face, hearing my voice, being in my live broadcast, I am Natalie Pierre-Louis. I am the owner and operator of NPL Consulting LLC, a business formation firm. What that means is I help you get your business paperwork together. Things like making sure you have an EIN number, filing your articles of organization with the state, helping you secure your brands through trademarks, copyrights, and patents, making sure you have contracts, showing you how to hire employees properly, and showing you how to structure your business properly. That is what I help you do. I help you launch that business off the ground. You might be asking yourself why I'm qualified to do this, and I am so happy that you asked. I have been a licensed attorney for over a decade. I have started multiple businesses for myself and others. I have had many careers in the realms of law, entrepreneurship, education, hospitality, and administrative support. And most important, I am very passionate about making business and legal education as accessible to everybody as possible. Not everybody has the time, the money, or the desire to go to business school or to law school, but so many people out here have amazing business ideas. And if you're going to make it and if you're going to be successful, there are certain fundamental concepts that you need to know. If you're interested in any of my services, I would highly encourage you to go to the link in my bio, linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, linktree/NPL Consulting Firm. There you're going to find some really cool stuff like the free sample to my contracts ebook. You're also going to find links to my podcast where I interview entrepreneurs in really cool, crazy industries. You will also find access to my courses and templates. Right now, my crafters contract. So I recently acquired a lot of crafters as followers. And I have made something just for you guys. A lot of you have said that you don't have contracts, or I hear your horror stories about clients, and I am working on something for you. Right now, you can pre-order my crafter's contract template for just $59. All right. The actual template comes out May 1st. On May 1st, the price goes up to $197. So if you want to get this template that you can customize yourself, make it pretty, change the font, and you're going to know exactly what to put in each section because I label them and explain what each section is and what you can do in it, I suggest you go to linktree/NPL Consulting Firm and reserve your copy today. So if you know somebody who makes, personalized cups, pillows, t-shirts, all that stuff, tell them about the template. Tell them it's on sale for $59 because it won't be on sale forever, because come May 1st, it's going to be $197. All right. All right. I've started something recently called Chat with Nat. A lot of you have questions after the show or questions about business, and I want to be able to answer those questions to everyone because a lot of people have the same question. So if you ever have a question, please DM me your question. I will answer it on Tuesdays on my Chat with Nat. All right. So now that we have talked about all that, oh, don't forget to go get the free sample of the contracts ebook. Let's get to the purpose of this show. Every Thursday I get on here and I teach about business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. We talk about trademarks, we talk about contracts, we talk about so many celebrities and companies. And the point of the show is to, hello to whoever popped in on YouTube. The point of the show is to demonstrate these business concepts in real life, and two, to pull the lessons from them so that you can apply them to your business. All right. If you ever have a story that you would like me to talk about on this show, please submit it to me. I am always open to submissions and I would love to talk about your stories. Okay. So we are going to get started now that I have gone through my whole spiel. First case that we are talking about this week, it has to do with Versace versus Robert Barbera. If you guys have ever heard of Versace, I want you to give me a V in the comments. Versace, if you don't know, is is one of the high-end brands. Was also the name of a song by the illustrious hip-hop group the Migos. But yeah, if you have ever heard of Versace, I want you to give me a V in the comments, okay? I know it's at least one of y'all out there on Instagram, so I'm going to wait for that Instagram V. Who's there? Drop that V. Drop that V. Drop that V. Drop that V. You just going to leave me hanging? Okay. All right. That's cool. All right. So this first case of Versace versus Robert Barbera. So if you have been watching me for any length of time, you know that some time ago, hello, New Haitian, you know that some time ago, I talked about a story of J-Lo being sued for posting a picture of herself that a photographer took. And the photographer sued her because he said that she did not have license to post the picture that he took of her, even though it was a picture of herself. Okay. So this is kind of going further into this. Versace is being sued by a photographer because they posted a picture of Jennifer Lopez on their Versace website, on their Versace Instagram, of her dressed in all Versace, right? Now, they posted this picture. Hello to whoever came in on Facebook. They posted this picture. They did not keep the watermark. So if you've ever seen professional pictures, usually the photographer will have their name somewhere, you know, in very faint writing on it. They cut off the watermark. They didn't ask him for permission, and they just posted it on their Instagram. Now, J-Lo is a very good friend of the Versace brand. If any of you guys remember when J-Lo went to the MTV Awards in that dress that plunged down almost to her hoo-ha, that was a Versace dress. And she put, like, you know, she gave Versace a little street cred. So they love J-Lo. All right. That one picture, what went on their Instagram, it had 17.5 million views and got about 136,000 likes. So Robert Barbera wants his coin. He wants anywhere between $2,500 and $25,000 per violation. So he's saying that essentially for every like, he wants $2,500 to $25,000. And any money that Versace made from that picture, meaning maybe somebody bought that outfit, he wants a cut of that. All right. Now, we will see what happens with that. There is no conclusion as of right now. But again, this is a case of copyrights, right? The photographer Robert Barbera took the picture of J-Lo. J-Lo is a big fan of Versace. J-Lo is personal friends with, I guess, the Versace staff. So they're like, oh, that's my girl J-Lo. I'm just going to put her up on our website. But they failed to get permission from the person who actually took the picture. So that's why it's really important to know where you're sourcing your images. Like for me, when I am sourcing images, there are some free sites that I go to where they have pictures that you can use for free, and you don't have to worry about copyright issues. The one that I use most frequently as of now is called Pixabay, Pixabay. And there they have, pictures that have full licenses. They say, go out, and be great. Okay. So we will wait and see what happens between Versace and this photographer, Robert Barbera. Next story that we are talking about has to do with this brand, this line of clothing called Off-White that I frankly did not know existed until last week. So this company Off-White, they make clothing, streetwear, and they are suing a Brooklyn company called Brooklyn Lighthouse. And Brooklyn Lighthouse specializes in taking popular streetwear and making it for children. So if you think about a Gucci jacket or a Supreme, hoodie or whatever, you'll find those in adult sizes. And what Brooklyn Lighthouse does is they recreate them into smaller sizes, right? They've done this with Gucci. They've done this with, they've made like kid Yeezys. And they recently have done this with the Off-White brand. They had clothes with the Off-White name on it, and they even had they have a diagonal line trademark, and they had that on it too. And Off-White was like, no thanks. And they have demanded 3 times the profit that Brooklyn Lighthouse made, plus damages, or $2 million per mark per item. So what that means is that for every piece of clothing they sold with the Off-White brand on it, they want $2 million. Okay? Now remember, I have told y'all so many times, when you have an officially registered trademarks, you are eligible for treble damages, meaning 3 times the damages. So if somebody made $1 million off of your stuff that was branded and you had your official trademark, you could sue for $3 million, because that's 3 times what it's worth, because you went to the trouble of registering your trademark, right? So Brooklyn Lighthouse is not going to really have to come out of pocket too much, though, because apparently the parties have settled and Brooklyn Lighthouse has agreed to not sell the Off-White clothing anymore. Now, I've said that Brooklyn Lighthouse has done this with other brands, and maybe they thought they could keep on doing it because they have not been sued by brands like Gucci or the Yeezy line. But Off-White was like, no, ma'am, give us our money. So Brooklyn Lighthouse probably paid them a little settlement and then just agreed to not sell the clothing anymore. Okay. So we're going to take a little bit of break here. I want to welcome everybody who came in. I want to remind you guys, I'm Natalie Pierre-Lewis, NPL Consulting LLC. I get your business off the ground. I get it structured. And I'm reminding you guys that especially my crafters who have recently joined my community, the crafters contract template is available for pre-order. It's only $59. May 1st, it's going to come out and it's going up to $197. So I suggest that if you want to, not have any arguments with your clients about when they're supposed to pay, how much they're supposed to pay, what's your cancellation policy, go pre-order the template right now for $59. You're going to be able to customize it, make it as pretty as you want. I have step-by-step instructions that come with it so that you know what to put in each section, all right? So go pick that up. And we are going to move on. Link in the bio, linktree/NPL Consulting Firm. And it's the first button when you go to that site, linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, okay? All right, so the next story we are talking about today has to do with 2 very famous companies. If you have heard of Dairy Queen, I want you to give me a DQ. And if you have heard of WB Mason, I want you to give me a WB, okay? So if you've heard of Dairy Queen, I want a DQ. If you've heard of WB Mason, I want a WB. So what we got? And just to jog your memory, Dairy Queen is an ice cream place, and WB Mason sells office supplies. Instagram. I know y'all are in there because I can see the numbers. I want my DQs and I want my WBs. This is about engagement, all right? I'm trying to make this as exciting as possible for us, as interactive as possible for us. And when y'all interact, I feel good. Okay? All right. Let's move on. So if you don't know, Dairy Queen is a very famous ice cream chain. They have soft serve. They serve soft serve ice cream, and they have had a trademark on the word Blizzard since 1946 for a particular kind of ice cream that they sell. That it's soft serve, and you can mix in fruit, nuts, Oreos, and all types of stuff, right? And they've got 5 different trademarks based on this Blizzard trademark. And in their Dairy Queen shops, they also sell. Thank you, thank you, New Haitian. Thank you, Akron Confetti Company. I appreciate y'all. Anyway, they also sell water in the DQs, right? Now, WB Mason, they sell office supplies. But apparently they've started selling bottled water as well, and they named their bottled water Blizzard. So Dairy Queen was like, hold on, we sell water in our shops too, and we don't want people thinking that the WB Mason Blizzard water is associated with Dairy Queen, right? So they filed suit for trademark infringement and all this stuff. WB Mason went to the court where they filed, because they filed in Minnesota, and they tried to get the case. First, they tried to get it dismissed. Hello, Sotabilus? I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Please help me. Anyway, so WB Mason, they first tried to get the case dismissed. Then when it wasn't dismissed, they tried to get it moved from Minnesota to Massachusetts, because that is where WB Mason is based. And their argument for that was that they didn't have any sales in Minnesota. However, the judge for the case said, you may not have had any sales in Minnesota, but you've registered with our Minnesota authorities. So you kind of waved your hand and came in and said hello and let us know you were here. So Dairy Queen, they are still in litigation right now. I don't know how this case is going to turn out. It's kind of strange, I think, because WB Mason does sell office supplies. They're not an ice cream shop, but they are selling water. And then for Dairy, I'm not sure if Dairy Queen, the water that Dairy Queen sells, is labeled as Blizzard water. That is some research that I will have to do later, but we'll see if the ice cream company can get the office supply company to stop using the term Blizzard. All right. And the reason I bring up this case is because remember that when you trademark something, you have to trademark it in your industry, right? Now, the Blizzard trademark has to do with Dairy Queen's ice cream products. The Blizzard that WB Mason is selling has to do with water. So my question to you is, do you think that there is enough of a correlation because Dairy Queen sells water in their shops that there might be confusion between the WB Mason Blizzard water and Dairy Queen? Like if you walked into a WB Mason store, if they had a store and they were selling Blizzard water, would you think that they had a deal with Dairy Queen? I want to know what y'all think. Personally, for me, I wouldn't necessarily associate the two, but then I'm not, a big Dairy Queen fan, and they're not the first thing that comes into my mind. But you guys might think differently. So I want to know, what do you guys think? Do you think that Dairy Queen has an argument in saying that WB Mason can't sell Blizzard water because so Akron Confetti Company thinks yes, Dairy Queen has a leg to stand on. Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna have to wait and see. I ain't the judge, but I will let you know as soon as the result comes out, okay? All right, so that is our Dairy Queen story. Next story. Have any of you guys heard of this No, New Haitian said no. Okay, so I said no, New Haitian said no, Akron Confetti Company said yes. So we're gonna have to wait and see. I'm gonna let y'all know what happens, okay? Thank you for responding, guys. I appreciate the engagement. All right. Next case we have is, how many of you guys have heard of this place called Milk Bar? It's actually a chain and they have locations all over the United States. I have not heard of it until I heard of this story, but if you have heard of Milk Bar, please give me an M in the comments. And while I'm waiting for those M's, I'm going to give you a little bit of background on Milk Bar. Milk Bar was started by this celebrity pastry chef named Christina Tosi. She started the chain in 2008 in Manhattan. They have 16 locations, and that's their background. Now, they are suing JoJo's Milk Bar in Chicago. Milk Bar does not have a location in Chicago. They are saying that JoJo's logo is very similar to the Milk Bar logo, and when they make their sign, they put the JoJo's part smaller, so they de-emphasize the JoJo's, so it just looks like a Milk Bar. And JoJo's just started up in February in Chicago. Okay. Milk Bar, the original Milk Bar, started by the pastry chef, they sent a cease and desist letter to JoJo's based on the fact that, one, the executive chef of the JoJo's Milk Bar was interviewed on the news, and he didn't call it JoJo's Milk Bar. He just called it Milk Bar, right? Then there were social media posts that showed that there was confusion from patrons because you had people in Chicago who were taking pictures of JoJo's Milk Bar, and they were like, oh, I didn't know Milk Bar opened up a Chicago location. And Milk Bar had not opened up a Chicago location. As well, there was confusion in the comments on Yelp, and someone went into JoJo's Milk Bar apparently and asked for a discontinued dessert that Milk Bar used to serve. So, as you can see, they had a lot of instances where people were confusing this big Milk Bar chain with the local Chicago JoJo's Milk Bar, right? So JoJo's just opened in February. They have not returned any commentary regarding what they're going to do, but my guess is that they're going to have to change their logo somehow, maybe make the JoJo's bigger and really emphasize the fact that they are not Milk Bar. They might have to change their whole name. So this is why it's very important to be careful when you are choosing your names. And if you're going to choose something that is close to another business, you need to check with them, especially if they're more established. You know, maybe you guys can come to some understanding. A lot of these problems can be handled ahead of time if you just do a little bit of research. And here with Milk Bar, they followed the policies. You know, they sent a cease and desist letter. They've been here since 2008. They've got their trademarks, and they've shown that there is confusion in the marketplace. And that is one of the main components for trademark infringement, is being able to show that there is confusion in the marketplace. Okay. So Milk Bar and JoJo's Milk Bar sell pretty similar items. So I think that Milk Bar is going to prevail in this. All right. And just a little side fact, Milk Bar also sued Burger King some years ago for some look-alike cereal milkshake they had. I never had it, so I don't know what they're talking about. But if y'all know some milkshake that Burger King had where you can mix in cereal, they got sued by Milk Bar, and that's probably why they don't have it anymore. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Guys, next story. How many of you guys have heard of SpongeBob SquarePants? And I better hear a yes from all of you. SpongeBob SquarePants. If you have heard of SpongeBob SquarePants and you got kids, you should know what SpongeBob SquarePants is. I want to see a yes in the comments. I don't even have kids and I know what SpongeBob SquarePants is. So, SpongeBob SquarePants. If you've heard of SpongeBob SquarePants, I want to see a yes in the comments. Akron Confetti and New Haitian, I'm calling y'all out. Okay. Okay. So if you didn't know, yes. Okay. Akron Confetti, yes. She knows about SpongeBob. If you didn't know, the SpongeBob series is owned by the company Viacom. Viacom it's a big media company. They own BET. They own a lot of shows. Viacom is big, right? They sued IJR Capital Investments because this company tried to open a restaurant called the Krusty Krab, right? Good. New Haitian knows about SpongeBob SquarePants too. Now, if anybody has watched SpongeBob SquarePants, you know that they have this whole thing of they work in the restaurant. I think it's called, what's it called? The Rusty Crab or whatever. And they have like the Krabby Patties. The restaurant in SpongeBob is well known, right? Viacom has trademarks for SpongeBob, but not for the Krusty Krab, right? But they were able to get a trademark upheld for Krusty Krab because they were able to show that they had acquired distinctiveness, meaning our show has been around for so long and the aspects of our show are so ingrained in society and associated with our brand that they're saying that we basically acquired a trademark over it, okay? Just said we have so many episodes. As well, they have licensing for merchandise and for ads. So the court agreed with Viacom and they said that IJR Capital Investments could not name this restaurant the Krusty Krab. So this is a very good lesson where in having your overall structure good, your overall structure set up, you can get other rights. So Viacom has the trademark to SpongeBob and the characters in there, but they never got an official trademark for the Krusty Krab, which is a fake restaurant. But because they have such history and they have laid the groundwork for official registered trademarks for other things concerning this universe, this SpongeBob universe, they were able to assert their rights against this other company. So this is trademarks. They can have long-reaching fingers. And this is why it's important that if you want to protect your brand, it can have far-reaching effects. Okay. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Just so I can rest my throat. Anyway, if this is your first time seeing my face, hearing my voice, I'm Natalie Pierre-Lewis of NPL Consulting LLC, a business formation firm. I help you get your business off the ground, be it filing articles of organization, hiring employees, making sure you have contracts, protecting your brand through trademarks, patents, and copyrights. I help you with all of that foundational stuff. If you are interested in any of my services, like my crafter's contract template that is on sale during pre-order for only $59, or my podcast, or my sneak peek free sample of my contracts ebook, please go to linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, and go look at my stuff. Come on. I need some traffic, okay? All right. So the next story we are talking about, okay. So this one is a little complicated, all right? So this is the case of amusement art versus Life is Beautiful, okay? Life is Beautiful, hi PL3440. The Life is Beautiful company, they do festivals in Vegas, right? And the founder, when they were starting everything up, they sourced images from all over the place, including the images of the owner of Amusement Art. And his art had the phrase "Life is beautiful" on some things. They licensed art from him to use in their shows, and they even gave him, solo exhibits so he could come and he would design specific work for the Life is Beautiful festival, right? Now, so he was working as an independent contractor with the Life is Beautiful festival. They would just kind of contract with him, right? But it turned out that this artist and the festival company, they had a friend in common. And the friend was like, hey, maybe you guys should meet and try and do some type of collaboration. They met, they tried to make something work, but it just did not happen. It actually went very badly. And then the guy who made the art, the owner of Amusement Art, sued for trademark and copyright infringement. They sued the Life is Beautiful Festival Company for trademark and copyright infringement. But then after they sued them, but the thing was they didn't have any of the trademarks. After they sued them, they went and filed a bunch of intent to use applications with the USPTO office, for like a broad range of items. Here's where it gets tricky. The Life is Beautiful Festival Company did some snooping, and they found out that the applications that the artist had filed for these trademarks, basically, they said that they were a fraud because he didn't even have the merchandise that he claimed he was going to be selling. And they wanted the applications canceled. So the artist, I think he filed like 15 applications. He surrendered 8 of them, but kept the one for festivals and art events, right? And what the Life is Beautiful Festival is saying that all of his applications should be canceled because he filed the applications in bad faith because he didn't even have anything to sell, and he just made like mock-up pictures, like fake pictures of things that he was going to sell, right? Now, I bring up this story, one, because this is a case where, again, it shows that you can't just have a blanket trademark. If you want to have trademarks in different industries, you must file an application for each industry. So if you want to sell clothes and then you want to sell, electronic items, but you want to sell them under the same trademark, you need to file for both industries. It's not just one application, and there are different fees, okay? So this guy, he had to drop a lot of his applications, but he was able to keep the one for arts and festivals because he actually does arts and festivals, okay? And art events, okay? Now, the guy who, their excuse for all of these applications was that when they filed them, the person who filed didn't speak English well and they didn't have an attorney. The court said this is bull because the owner of the company had been in the United States for 30 years and they had these staged photos. So the guy, the artist and the company Amusement Art has basically lost this case, and they had to pull back a lot of their trademark applications. All right. So just because somebody files a trademark doesn't mean they're going to get it. If you feel like somebody has filed a trademark in bad faith, meaning they filed the trademark and they have no intent to actually make money from this trademark, you can actually oppose their application. All right. So that is that case. Next case we're talking about has to do with a very beloved institution called NASA. NASA, our national space, whatever NASA stands for. I don't know what it stands for. Anyway, I found this story on the Fashion Law today, which is one of my favorite blogs to check. And I didn't know this, but you can use the NASA logo. Anybody can use the NASA logo on their products as long as you submit it to their multimedia division. And you can use it as a decoration. So you can never say that you have a collaboration with NASA, like you can't use it on the tags of your clothing. But if you just wanted to make a t-shirt that said NASA on it, or a purse that said NASA on it, as long as you submit it to their multimedia division, for the most part, they approve most submissions for NASA merch. Now, the reason why you can't get a licensing deal with NASA is because they're a government agency and you just can't do that, okay? Okay, so if y'all want to go make your NASA t-shirts, go ahead. Go crazy. Just make sure that you submit it to the NASA Multimedia Division. All right, guys, and the last case we are talking about tonight has to do with tonight's title. The title says, "What the heck are Cryptokicks?" Right? I still don't know. But what I do know, Toby, what are you doing? He's like scratching at the carpet. But what I do know is that Nike has recently filed a trademark for Cryptokicks. Now, if you remember, I believe last week or the week before, I told you that Nike filed a trademark for the word footwear, Footware, for footwear technology. Like they're coming out with self-lacing basketball sneakers and some stuff like that. Apparently Nike is doing a lot in the digital space. I don't know how shoes in the digital space interconnect. Y'all can school me on that. But Nike has filed a trademark for Cryptokicks. So I'm assuming that they're going to be getting involved with blockchain or something. That remains to be seen, but keep an eye out for your Cryptokicks, guys. Okay? So those were all of the stories that I have for you today. If you have any questions or comments, please DM me, email me at nplconsultingfirm@gmail.com. You can reach me on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. Where else am I? I'm everywhere. Yeah, I would love to hear from you, your stories, if you want to submit stories as well. Don't forget, if you have friends who make custom items like t-shirts, cups, pillows, umbrellas, bonnets, earrings, whatever, and they have clientele, let them know about my Crafters Contract Template that is on sale during pre-order right now for just $59. It's going up to $197 on May 1st. All right. So tell your friends. That is what I have for you this week. It's been a little bit of a hectic week. I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off, and I actually have a client in 20 minutes. Business is picking up for your girl, and I praise God. Thank you so much. I will talk to you guys next week. I will be sure to upload Chat with Nat next week. I could not this week because I had an emergency. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.